Hey, so just to give you a quick update, we stepped off the trail for a little bit. Sarah right there, fancy glasses, and we went to this cool event. It's called PCT Days, and it was really nice. We got a chance to meet some of our friends that are sort of in the outdoor industry and promote good products and good messages for people outside, and met some other folks. So they actually donated some gear that we'll test out and give some reviews to. And it was perfect timing because my knee is actually a little bit sore, and I think it's just an irritation under the patella. I'm kind of doing a little more research on it, and hopefully I could heal it up, but yeah, I'm human, it happens once in a while, so hopefully that won't take me off the trail too long. But we're actually heading back to this camp we just set up at this amazing spot. It's got some hot springs, so we've been going from hot to freezing cold temperatures in the creek, trying to get some blood circulating in the knee and heal it up, and made an acupuncture appointment, get on a fast track to healing, and I'll let you know how this goes. And I'm going to start doing some therapy exercises, and I'm going to hit it from all angles, pow, 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 for rapid, fast healing action. And that's Sarah just being quiet for now, looking fine.
Driving, I'm focusing.
She's focused. Focused.
Check out this road, it's beautiful.
Look at this road out here. Like, this is where we're heading. Just trying to recover. We're actually heading to the hot spring right now, and she just wants to keep on running. Can't stop that girl. This is a tough thing being injured because, I definitely got to rest for at least a week, try to do some therapy on this, fast track to healing, but it's a trade-off because I don't start walking on the trail soon enough, I might be caught in the late snowstorms. Happen early fall, being stuck out there makes the trail that much harder. So, yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. Good lesson for me, hopefully for you too. Very beautiful. Oregon's a whole different forest from Utah. Just beams of light through every single leaf, pine needle. Now, I always thought Utah was the land of light, but really, many lands are. This is just a different type of light.
The currents are strong, and I'm a city girl. I could use all the help I can get.
This is kind of a steep part, but get the knee underwater already. Oh yeah, you're drinking water. So here's a beautiful riverside pool. Hot water's coming in from up the hill up here. Comes in there. It's nice because it's close to the creek right here, so you can jump from there to very, very frigid water over there. So this is the camp we stayed in last night. A beautiful spot to sleep by the river. Sarah slept in the green hammock by Grand Trunk, and I slept in the thermarest hammock down below. Look at that. Listen to the soothing sounds of the river going by in the evening. It's a good place to recover after PCT days. Being injured is always a tough thing, but I feel like if I strengthen it, stretch it, and reestablish balance and skeletal alignment, it's definitely going to help. There is actually a plus side to being injured because we've had plenty of time to collect these amazing wild salads, and Sarah's been singing to the forest.
See me, love me, just the way
Taking the week
I
off,
am.
doing some hot springing, some therapy on the knee was definitely helpful, but I've got to get back on the trail and see how I'm doing. For me, being on a long distance hike like this brings so much inspiration. I'm inspired by the land, what I see around it, my interaction with the land, the way I can move upon it, and it becomes almost addictive and meditative at the same time. And it's just a joy to see the landscape, the light change, how I change within the land itself. And I'm loving this journey as it continues. Wow. Look at that tree right there. Beautiful elderberries. Now the elderberries, they're you have to be careful with them. If you eat too many of them, there can be an issue with them. What happens sometimes when you pull off a clump of them, you get I'll show you here. People yank it off, and then they get, you can see that stem material right there is fairly toxic. And if you're hungry in a situation, you start pulling a bunch of berries, you can get some of the stem. And we actually had an issue with a woman in Sequoia National Park when I was doing search and rescue. They ate a couple pounds of these berries, and she was very discoherent. We actually had to pull her out on a stretcher. So make sure you don't get stem material. And if you're going to consume a large quantity of these berries, I recommend you boil them down. It's a bit safer. But in small quantities, eating a little bit raw is an amazing treat. High in protein, vitamins, minerals. That's amazing. And when I say high in protein, I mean for a berry. It's not like a nut, but for a berry, it's actually very high in protein. Wow. This is amazing, and they're everywhere too. Look at this over here, this huge bush. Life's pretty good. This is some serious sustaining energy right here. It's good. I just saw this beautiful patch of elderberries on the trail. Amazing. Got tanked up, and I'm so thankful to be walking again on the PCT and just the meditation of being out in the wilds out here. One of the things I'm learning about myself, actually being out on the trail, this go about, is that I definitely don't feel quite as in good a shape, not as connected to the experience. Well, I should say I feel very connected with experience. It's just that I've past 4 years, a lot of my life has been lived out of airplanes and out of my truck while traveling, and I might be out in the field filming survival shows and TV and sleeping out often as well, but there's a disconnect that has happened with all the travel that I've had. And I used to not even own a vehicle. I used to live completely off my feet, and that was just my life. I was either running on some adventure or I was out living off the land as a hunter-gatherer. And now coming back, I'm finding definite disconnect. I've just been out here a little over a week, and I feel like what I'm learning is I've got to get back on my feet more and protect what I have, that connection with this earth. It's always a welcome sight to see the wildlife, but it's time to set up camp for the evening. So I'm out here on the Pacific Crest Trail, National Scenic Trail, and a lot of people, they know me for my survival skills, for building shelters, making fires, primitive hunting, all that. And that's my true passion. I love it. But when you're out on a national scenic trail like this, you can't do those skills in national parks unless you want to end up in prison. So I've adapted to being on this trail by traveling really light, using some different gear that helps me travel light, and I'd like to share it with you so it'll give you some different ideas throughout my journey. And as I said before, I'm going to try out different setups so you can see different ideas. I'll tell you what worked for me and make it kind of like a little quick review. I'm not going to go into huge details on certain items because you could probably find it online anyhow, but I want to give you just kind of an update on the system that I brought with me tonight. And so over here, as you can see, I'm making some tea here actually. This is called an Everlit fire ant stove. This stove is titanium. It folds down 2.5 ounces. And then this pot right here is by Titanium Evernew. It's 3.5 ounces. So this whole cook setup is crazy. It's 6 ounces. So I can have a little fire inside that system, and it folds up real flat, something like this. And I have hot tea, hot pine tea. It's the flare tonight. And for the backpack, what I ended up doing is bringing this Ultimate Direction pack. You know, for a lot of people, they might consider this a day pack, but if you pack smart, you can actually fit quite a few days of items that you might need for a long distance trail run. Now this is 20 liters. It's called the Fast Pack 20, and it has a water bottle up front, which is really nice. So I can pop that around when I'm running. These sternum straps really keep this bag snug, and you can cinch it down a little bit back there. And then you got your access to your water, chia seeds, tea, whatever you want to put in there. And then here I've got some Aceta honey packets. It's pure wild honey with all that goodness. They kind of act like a goo packet, but you have the real deal here. And so for gear, I've got basically a lightweight sleeping bag, Mountain Hardware sleeping bag. And then underneath it, it doesn't look like it's going to rain tonight, so I'm sleeping on top of my tarp. This one is, this tarp is extremely lightweight. This one is actually made by Hyperlight, and really nice tarp. Very strong too. It has these cinch style string pulls on it. And this tarp I think weighs about 7 ounces. And then I'm testing out a pad. This is the Inertia X Lite, and it's a very light pad as well. This one comes in, I believe, around 6-7 ounces also. So incredibly light gear. You pack all this down, all this together, you're still in the 3-pound range. It's just phenomenal. And I pack this gear into this bag, and this bag stays snug on me, and I can actually run with it. So kind of going incognito. I'm not in my buckskins. I'm not doing survival necessarily out here, but I'm still harvesting plants and basically engaging in nature as much as I can, and just being out here on this trail is incredible. Amazing experience. And for now, I'm gonna enjoy my cup of tea and relax a little bit. Take it all in. The camp setup worked awesome last night. As I'm moving down this trail this morning, I'm doing a half walk, half run, and I'm feeling my knee is definitely getting stronger. Hopefully any day now I'll be able to run again. And now it's time to make some miles down the trail, and hopefully I'll run into Sarah soon.
With a lack of communication, it's always such a relief to see Matt coming down the trail.
Hey!